What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, bringing you the news, or the hot news of today. The executive order expected over in the US, and the whole market is really taking an impact on the back of it. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, then go and do it. You should definitely click subscribe. It'd be worth it. So look, take a look at the market. It has recovered very, very slightly since I started kind of getting on tonight. We're down at 1.9 trillion, down nearly 5%. But you look at some of the big coins. Bitcoin down back at that 40.5k, down 8% on the 24 hours. The entire last 7 days is driven by the last 24 hours. Ethereum down nearly 9% at 2,800, so a significant fall on Ethereum. And as you go through the market, it is just a bloodbath out there. We are particularly seeing, I guess, the meme coin community cap token coins kind of being hit really hard. You can see Shiba Inu down 10% on the 7 day, nearly 9% at 2,815.
No. We're completely fucked.
So overall, even Crypto.com, which, you know, is a very big player in the space, down 10% overall. And what is it all about? Well, look, we got this kind of news out of Yahoo Finance about Joe Biden issuing a crypto oversight executive order next week. Now, I'm not going to go through the full video, but there are some interesting things in it. And equally, I think there is a lot, and we know crypto is driven by news, 100%. I guess when I read this talks of all of these kind of different aspects of the government over there looking into things. There was a lot of words such as looking into or gonna feedback. So I don't necessarily think it's as bad as people are making out. Again, I'm not a US citizen, so obviously it will affect me less, but I think globally there is certainly some things going on. They specifically are going to target, I think, central exchanges and making them much more accountable and making them register with things like the SEC. So that'll be interesting. Would that actually stop it, or would that move centralized exchanges to a different part of the world where they maybe don't have to do that? And I think we could see something like that, particularly where they could move their kind of base sites. I think that'll be a really interesting one. And I think cryptocurrency is so big that they're going to really have to be quite clever about this and really try and understand what they're doing. So you can see here, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, created after the 2008 financial crisis to monitor risk to the system, will be asked to study financial stability issues that arise from digital assets. And I think that is all down to the smaller cap community tokens, meme tokens, and the risk that comes with it. I think any of us that are in the space know how risky it is. And I think this is kind of, you know, big investor money is not going to come into anything that is risky. You know, you're not going to get JP Morgan getting a bag of Saitama. It's just not going to happen. But I think potentially, you know, as bigger coins get regulated, I don't necessarily think it's the worst thing in the world.
Do what's right, and you can't go wrong.
But I do think that it has to be tread very carefully. And what we don't want to do is to see this kind of ginormous clamp down on it and really start to have some impact. So you can see here, the Office of Science and Technology Policy will submit a report to the President on the digital distributed ledger technology within 180 days and an update on DLT and its impact on the environment in 545 days. So we know that that's crypto mining. Bitcoin mining is a huge power consumer. So, you know, as we talk about saving the world and changing the environment, etc. But, you know, they're going to look at this impact 545 days, a year and a half, to go and have a look and see it. And the honest answer is yes, Bitcoin mining has a huge power consumption, but it's not going to be around forever. 21 million Bitcoins can be mined. You know, it's well under the way of getting there, so it's not going to be around there forever. We also saw this, the FBI will be creating a digital currency unit. And again, this is kind of all on the back of the kind of most recent hack or scam, or if you want, you know, 3.6 billion, where they got that back. So there is an argument to say that it could be some level of regulation could go into it. But again, it's going to be really interesting to see what that regulation kind of looks like. You kind of flip it on its head, and we know that we saw Coinbase advert at the Super Bowl, and it crashed the Coinbase website. You can see here, Coinbase had to throttle traffic for a few minutes after its advertising debut on the Super Bowl. So we've got Crypto.com rename a stadium. We've got Coinbase being crashed. It went to the second most downloaded app on the entire Apple Store after that advert ran. So does it surprise me that Joe Biden's then come out and had a sense of regulation, or is certainly talking about it? Not at all, because if you've got some movement like that, and let's face it, that decentralized finance is a big finger in the air to the big banks and the big corporations, and ultimately, you know, the kind of government in some respects. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see. There feels like there's a big shift in terms of people coming into it, a big shift in terms of people getting into cryptocurrency. And I think we have definitely got an interesting week or two to see what comes back in the US.